In this video, I am going to reveal about truth about AI bubble, the hype gap nobody wants to admit. And let me read you these three insane AI headlines and let me tell you if they even belong in the same universe at all. Sam Altman from OpenAI says AI could make us unimaginably rich and also says it could wipe us out. Jensen Huang from Nvidia says his new chip are quantum leap, but also suggests older chips never lose value. Dario Amodei wants AI will replace half of the entry-level jobs soon, while real-world usage data shows AI is mostly speeding people up, not fully replacing them. So what's really going on? Is AI a miracle, a menace, or a marketing story that got real ahead of reality? Hey, if you have not met me, my name is Preetham. I have been working with Google for more than 6+ years, and I've been working in the space of AI and generative AI for quite some time. And I happen to be a TEDx speaker and author of the book Demystify Generative AI for Everyday People. So let's dive in. Is AI a miracle, a menace, or a marketing story that got ahead of reality? Today we are breaking it down. AI failure rates, hallucinations, corporate disasters, valuations, the data center crunch, energy consumption, and what responsible AI should actually look in 2026. And by the end, you will have a simple framework to judge any AI claim in just few minutes. Quick reality check. If AI was truly plug and play magic, companies wouldn't have quietly shutting projects down and people wouldn't be losing their trust this fast. But the trust drop is real. Edelman Trust Survey shows major portion of the public is uneasy about AI and trust in AI companies is sliding year over year. People don't hate AI, they hate being promised a rocket ship and in the end receiving a two-wheeler with a missing wheel altogether. Why the trust is falling? The big question we need to answer. Trust isn't falling because AI is useless. Trust is falling because AI often behaves like this: confident, fast, polished, not always accurate, and that's a dangerous combination. Stanford legal testing found general purpose chatbots hallucinated as high as 82% on certain legal queries. Imagine this: hallucinations aren't bugs, they are known as a failure mode of large language model. In short, we call it LLMs. Here is the problem: when software is wrong, it usually crashes. When LLM is wrong, it keeps talking, sometimes gibberish and nonsense. And if the output sounds right, that's where information becomes personalized on demand. The ROI reality. Nobody is talking about it, and suddenly everyone is waking up to this. Now let's talk about business. Because the biggest AI story in 2026 isn't demos, it's ROI, that stands for return on investment. Two studies became famous for a reason. MIT study reveals 95% failure rate, widely cited. It suggests that a huge percentage of corporate AI spending didn't translate into measurable bottom line impact. But here's the nuance. That doesn't mean AI doesn't work. It means implementation often doesn't work. Think of this. What can be the common causes? Pilots projects never scale, adoption is weak, workflows don't change, use cases aren't tied to P&L, that is profit and loss, data is messy, governance is completely missing. BCG AI research, the second one, 4% success rate at scale. BCG found out not only about 4% of companies have truly mature AI at scale that consistently creates significant value. That sounds quite depressing, but it also tells something very important. AI value is real, just concentrated. BCG also points out value tends to cluster in few of the areas. For example, sales and marketing, customer service, research and developer heavy domains like biotech, medtech. So the question isn't, will AI create value? The real question is, can your organization operationalize it without breaking everything? That's the big question. They need to answer it. And let me move into the next section, corporate AI disasters. And yes, sometimes tech itself is the problem. The real world environments are messy. McDonald's ended an AI drive through ordering system after misheard orders and customer frustration. MD Anderson's IBM Watson initiative never fully went live for clinical usage after heavy investment, partly due to inconsistent recommendations and workflow integration failures. These cases matter because they reveal core limitations. LLMs are excellent in control settings, but when the world gets noisy, the accents, the edge cases, the context shifts, performance can drop fast. So when companies install AI into customer-facing workflow without guardrails, they don't get innovations, they get simple incidents. And let me talk about few of the machine learning limitations as an overall part of the AI. Let's simplify the big misunderstanding. People hear AI and assume intelligence. Most generative AI systems are pattern prediction engines trained on enormous text and data, and this can be any amount of data, internet scale, multimodal data. They don't know things the way humans know. They don't understand truth. They model probability. So failure model makes sense. Failure model makes sense. Hallucinations, overconfidence, weak grounding, sensitivity to phrasing, inconsistency across runs. That's why responsible AI isn't optional anymore. Because when AI gets deployed into hiring, lending, medical decision support, content moderation, a hallucination isn't funny, right? It becomes extremely harmful. This is where AI ethics, AI safety, and regulation becomes practical, not philosophical anymore. And let's move on to the AI bubble economics. Now, here's where the hype gets amplified. Valuations. The market is pricing AI is like it is guaranteed, but economics are brutal. Training cost, inference cost, infrastructure costs, talent cost, and obviously compliance cost. If you are an AI company, you just don't need great models. You need a business model that works at scale. That is why people keep using the phrase AI bubble, not because AI is fake, because the expectations are priced like perfection, and perfection is quite expensive indeed. Let's talk about data center crisis. Let's talk about physical reality behind the AI cloud. AI runs on data centers. Data centers need land, permits, graphical processing units, GPUs, maybe TPUs, tensor processing unit, water cooling, massive power, and in many places there is a community pushback. Permits takes years. Grids cannot expand fast enough. Energy consumption becomes a bottleneck, not just for cost, but for politics and regulation. Because when AI growth competes with public energy need, the debate comes, is this worth it? That's why responsible AI must include efficiency, transparency, measurable value, safety guardrails, and these are the major ones. So, what's the messaging problem from the CEOs like I started in the beginning? And now, let's be fair. Tech CEOs aren't evil, they are selling a vision. But when messaging becomes contradictory, it confuses the public. If AI is so powerful, it will replace half of the entry level jobs in few years. Why do usage indices like Anthropic Economic Index? So AI usage today is augmentation, not fully replacement. If new chips are quantum leap, how can older chips never lose value? That's a big question to answer. And when one leader says AI will make everyone rich and also once it might all kill us all, the average person doesn't walk away informed. They walk away anxious, and this is at an extreme level. So the solution isn't to attack CEOs, the solution is tighter language, clear timelines, and better disclosure. Well, reality filter for AI. That's the next section. Here's your 30-second framework to judge any AI claim. What is the use case? Is it low stakes, drafting, summarization, or high stakes, like legal, medical? Number two, what is the failure mode? Hallucination risk, bias, data drift, security leakage. Number three, what is the ROI metric? Revenue up, cost downs, cycle time improved, error rate reduced. Number 4, what is the adoption plan? Training, workflow design, human in the loop, governance, and most importantly, what's the safety and ethics layer? Audit logs, red teaming, escalation policies, transparency. If those answers are vague, that AI transformation is probably a slide or presentation deck, not a system. It's just a mere slide or a PPT. So here is my honest take and honest conclusion because I have been in this space. AI is real, AI is powerful, and AI is going to stay here for sure. We are living through an expectation crisis. The gap between what AI is today and what people think AI is where the real disappointment grows. If you want AI to actually help the society, we need realistic claims, measurable ROI, responsible deployment, transparency in failure rates, and smarter adoption. Because hype brings attention, but trust is the one that builds the feature. Now, tell me in the comment section, do you think AI is overhyped, or are we simply in the messy early stage of a real revolution? And if you want more videos like this, where I break down the truth behind all the AI technologies, AI headlines with real studies and real world examples, just subscribe to this channel because in 2026, the most valuable skill isn't using AI, it is knowing when to use it in a right way and when not to trust it. Thank you for watching. See, signing off for now. This is Pritam here.